Marshall Field's in Chicago and Filene's in Boston will all become Macy's stores. What kind of a Christmas season will Kaufmann's and other major retailers have this year? Will high energy costs for fuel and heating put a damper on consumer spending? All questions for Dr. Audrey Gusky, Professor of Marketing at Duquesne University School of Business, Health 2, Economic Health. Hey,
Right.
Audrey, welcome back.
Thanks, John. Always great to be here.
You know, let me ask you right off the bat, is this going to be a good Christmas season from a retail perspective?
Well, you know, it's interesting because a lot of experts, particularly the National Retail Federation, has predicted sales increase from last year of about 5 to 6%. I personally can't see how that can happen. I've been watching trends in retailing for over 20 years and seeing, you know, sort of the roller coaster up and down. And I think this year is going to be very similar to last year, and that will probably get about a 2 to 3%. 4 is average, so this is looking at a bit mediocre, a bit dismal, a bit ho-hum type of a holiday season. Lots of factors involved with that. The gas prices you mentioned is going to be a huge factor. Consumer confidence is down, job security is an issue. People didn't spend last year, and I think people are also going into more the spirit of the holiday season as compared to the materialistic part. So you add all those factors together, and I think overall people will be spending. Some people have predicted about $900 billion with a B that are going to be spent over the holiday season.
What about here in Pittsburgh? Is it going to be different here?
Well, this year in downtown Pittsburgh and the suburban areas, I'm predicting it's probably going to be around 2 to 3% increase. I think we'll be a little bit under the national average just because we're more conservative, and unfortunately our economy isn't as strong as other areas of the country.
As you know, Kaufmann's will soon disappear. It'll be Macy's. Is that going to make a difference for shopping in this region?
Definitely, absolutely will. It's sort of a melancholy, sort of a sad holiday season to see Kaufmann's go. If you really look at it carefully, about 6 generations of Pittsburghers have shopped at Kaufmann's over the 100+ years. And to see this tradition leaving, particularly in the downtown area, where you had the windows, the Christmas windows, and meet under the Kaufmann's clock, and the TikTok restaurant, and all these traditions. And the big question all of the experts are asking is, what are they going to do? Are they going to keep some of the traditions when it becomes Macy's?
Well, what does Macy's do? Macy's has acquired other stores in the past. What does history suggest?
Well, typically what Macy's has done is they try to create, in a sense, a cookie-cutter mold. They're trying to brand the name Macy's. So whatever Macy's you go to across the country, it will be the same. That way they can use the same advertising, the same type of merchandise. So unfortunately, I'm foreseeing that they're going to try to have everything once again generic. They would be foolish to lose the clock and perhaps the restaurant, but chances are over time they probably will and just become the Macy's.
And you think the windows in downtown Pittsburgh change?
Well, as far as the Christmas windows, I think there'll always be some kind of windows because Macy's does that in other stores nationally too. But it's just that notion of Kaufmann's, and this is sort of the third department store. We had Horns, Gimbels, and Kaufmann's. That's what I grew up with, and now this is the end of a huge era, and I think it's a sad state. So I think yes, it's going to affect shopping because I think a lot of people will shop in Kaufmann's this holiday season just to say it's the last time they can actually do it over the Christmas.
Well, you sort of jumped ahead of my question because I wanted to ask, do you think nostalgia will drive more buying at Kaufmann's this holiday season?
I think it will, but when you look at it, John, Kaufmann's has always been pretty strong. Department stores nationally, the trend is that their sales are decreasing. People are shopping at the discounters. They're going to the Kohl's, the Targets, the Walmarts, because they're looking for value and they're looking to save money. And so overall, department stores are hurting. So in a sense, Federated had to merge all these stores and create this one national brand name. But as far as here in the Pittsburgh area, I think people are going to buy a lot of Kaufmann's little Christmas tree ornaments and various things that say Kaufmann's just because of the nostalgia.
Well, I have to admit that I still have a Horns box that we use every year. We put some gift in it.
and I still have a Gimbels box.
Do you have a Gimbels box?
Because I worked at Gimbels.
I assume that's another reason to go to Kaufmann's this holiday season.
To get the box and the shopping bags and all of those things, because this is unfortunately our last time. I think around February they're probably going to be changing it to a Macy's.
And final question, we only have a couple seconds. Downtown Pittsburgh, are we seeing the end of downtown Pittsburgh as a retail area?
Well, hopefully not. I think what's going to happen is when it becomes Macy's, and hopefully it will stay in the downtown area, it may at least keep drawing people in. But if Macy's is the only department store downtown, other than Saks and a lot of the specialty stores, which is a good thing, we've been struggling for years. I think this is just going to sort of unfortunately be another bad disadvantage for the downtown shopping area.
Well, Dr. Audrey Gusky, thank you very much for coming in. It's kind of gloomy news, but we're glad to have you here on this Thanksgiving
weekend. Always
weekend.
a pleasure, John, and happy shopping to all of your viewers.
Thank you again. We'll be